Hello and welcome everybody back to our Moneyball series with Barnsley. So we're going to carry on with our transfer window. I haven't really continued a single day, a single minute. I've not clicked the button once to continue. We're just going to look at the stats first and then players that we're gonna buy this year. I think we'll do something again. I think we go top side, being City again, playing 4-3-3 again. I think they're a better way to go for us this season. So we'll definitely go through the same sort of process here. It's going to be the same problem for me as last time, where it's going to be this screen and the stats that we actually look at are in a different order. So it's going to be slightly longer, so I'll go back and forth through all the stats, but we're going to have a look anyway. I mean, what do we need? We need most things. I mean, Simic I'm going to have as a striker. We definitely want to look for a striker, but we want to look for, maybe two wingers? Who have we still got coming in? I guess I'll double check on this. We'll have a look for a striker because we could have Kalu as a backup. We'll look for a striker, but if we don't find one that we absolutely love, that's okay. But we'll look for one. We have potentially Joaquin coming in. I think we're going to probably can that and say no. Then we have Correa coming in as one of the wide players. So I think that's going to be a good signing. It's going to be a good signing. So he's going to come in. I think I'm probably going to can the Diego one as well. That's going to be two we're going to can. Luis Sanchez, I'm tempted to confirm on, but I'm not entirely sure. We have confirmed here Remy Coulson and Gabriel left back and centre back. So we've got a left back coming. That's right, left back. We've got a centre back, probably a fourth choice centre back. I'm being perfectly honest, coming in. Don't worry about that. And we've got a striker. So we're going to have a look at pretty much everything except for left back. Left back's probably the only set position completely, and probably goalkeeper, unless we want to start the goalkeeper. So those will be the two things that are pretty much set. Everything else we're going to at least look for, if not really buy them. We're definitely going to look at them anyway. Erling Haaland scored 47 goals in 55 games for City in the game here, so that's not a good sign. Goals per 90 is going to be 0.97. So, I mean, I'm just going to leave it at that because that's not, I guess we'll start off with it, but we can definitely lower that in a second. Shots per 90 is 2.80. Shot on target ratio is going to be 53%. Dribbles per 90 is in a different section, and that is going to be... If you go off of that as your bare minimums, and that is the minimum thing you need for a striker for us to succeed, there is one striker realistically available in the world, and guess what? We've already got him, Rocco Simic. So that gives me a confidence that if he's the first choice, the guy can be a second choice. That's going to be good enough. Is it Premier League winning good enough? We don't know. But that is a positive, at least. That's a good start. Sergio Finalizing come up again as an option. He looks okay. He scored more goals this year, but he's not that great of a prospect, I don't think. He scored more this year, to be fair, to be honest, better. But I still think that the two strikers we've got are both better, so is there any point? It becomes the question, really. Rasmus Højlund looks really good, but he's worth like 70 million, so cost benefit analysis says no for that. I found it potentially Roberto Cole. I've seen him before. I can't remember why I didn't look at him a couple of years ago. There's a reason why. It might be his dribbles per night are always quite low because he's 6'6", and he's almost definitely selected as a target forward, something like that, right? So Roberto Cole, he's not played for Argentina yet. He's 24, but he's 6 foot. Was he 6'6"? 6'6". He has had a couple of decent goal scoring seasons. He scored 12 this year, which is amazing. Shot on target ratio is good. That's what we're looking for. His dribbles per 90 is going to be below. That's fine. Headers one is obviously very good as well. Shots per 90 is a little low. Shot on target, as we said, is good. Goals per 90 isn't too bad either. That's actually not too bad for a striker in a team that didn't... Where did they finish this year? They finished 6th, so they finished one place right below us. So, yeah. I think he would be a good third striker because you've got 3 strikers that between them I'm happy, and then between 3 of them they'll be fine. So I'll be honest, I was looking for ages there. I couldn't see anybody again in for the wingers. So look at some individual leagues now. I think hopefully we can find one more. Pretty disappointed there wasn't really many players at all. We're going to have to rebuild now to central fielders. All that, do we need to? This is probably the one position we're actually okay in, right? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. No, we do need a couple, don't we? Yeah, we need at least 2. But we've got a couple of good ones on the shortlist already. Key passes per 90, we are looking at 1.45 apparently. Okay. Dribbles per 90. So most of the players here are going to be a pretty good shout because they've already got the stats that we're looking for, right? I mean, I'm not sure which central forward he is, but the first two there are going to get scouted for a week at least. I just found a couple of players that looked okay. I think generally, though, for this position, we're going to be looking at more the players we had before. So I think that Whereas you got Nuno that I've looked at for a few years. Nuno Leao looks the best of scouts. I think he's an A. They didn't think that before. He's now all of a sudden a 4-star recruit according to that. I really don't like this shite here. Stops play. For like how I'm going to use him. So that's annoying. I don't know. We'll have to see. He's an option though. He's one of the options. So let's move on to fullbacks now, or even CDM maybe. No, we've got CDMs, haven't we? Because Jesus. Let's have a look because it could be like a good one. Howson's going to stay as a backup probably. So we'll see if there's any CDMs knocking around. Right, I think that if we're going to get a player, it's got to be Jin Zhao. Now, he's not played that much this year, but he fit into our stats last year. And he's played fairly well again for Clermont in the games he's played. He's not played very many games. So I think Jin Zhao is someone we're going to have to look at. If we do go for a CDM. Just scouted a load of CDMs from like Mexico and Australia, Argentina. Because a lot of them had like some good stats, not great. Every time I click on like a player and I go back, it was just skipping back to the, well, now it's not doing it. Now it's staying where it is, but we kept doing that skip thing and it goes and skips to the top. So again, the reason I'm not showing you any players is because the kind of players that I'm shortlisting aren't really players I think we're going to sign. Definitely not this year. They're more players that we're scouting. They're going to be like maybe the year after. Like it's been pretty poor so far, to be honest with you. So we'll go into the fullback. So we've got somebody here. We don't need a left back. We just need a right back. So let's see how we get on. Oh, that was pretty poor. So let's move on to centre back. So hopefully we get a centre back, a good one here, because we could move Sanko out to right back permanently, and Egawa can be just a back at right back. That'd be nice. That'd be fine. But bloody hell, this is getting like annoyingly close now to being a problem for us. Centre back, who we got here? Where's Ruben Diaz at? Okay, right. You're gonna go through this one with me here. Ruben Diaz. We need. What is it first? Headers 1 per 90. Because of this, Jake Laskolski here, right? He could be quite good. He's only had 6 starts though for Liverpool, which is the problem. He scores high on all our stats except for one, and that is head-on ratio is 1% lower than Diaz, which doesn't sound like a lot, but 52 is already like my minimum. That's pretty good in the air. And 81 is the bare minimum. Like anything below an 81 is like there's nothing else in the other stats that's going to make up for that. So I'm going to keep looking at him and some other players who keep scouting a few. Like this guy looks like he could be okay as well. Oh no, fucking I missed. I keep looking at the wrong appearances of the wrong list. This guy's appeared a couple of times now. This is the second time he's appeared. He only ever plays like a few games a season, but he always scores really high on all the stats that we look at, which is it's just so fun. I'm gonna scout him again because I'm pretty sure I've looked at him before, but maybe like 2 years ago. The Japanese player in the Bundesliga this time. See, for some reason a second ago he didn't appear on my list, and I put it down to 81%. Now he's appeared, but his head ratio is 82. But he definitely wasn't there a second ago. Quite good. He's played a lot of matches. Header one ratio is 82. Tackle ratio is 83. Pass completion. Everything's pretty good there across the board. Like that could be. He could be the one there. You know. Going to do it. So I think mostly what we're going to have is a lot of players that we had on our shortlist already. There's been a few that we've scouted there. I'll bring you up to date on any players that are sort of like scouting at the moment. My biggest prospect. Let's see what the scouts think. Scouts think that this is our better players. Nuno Leao, out of those like 2 A's, he's more likely to come in than McKay. McKay's 6'7". He's on my list for a number of years. We could bring him in. My concern is he's going to be a bit too slow. But it's more likely to be Leao, those two. Belladucci looks like he could be a really good player, but we've signed left back now, so I'm happy with that. Eden Ilson will definitely be brought in as a centre mid, I reckon. We're just waiting for his scout report to come up, but he's almost definitely going to be coming in. In fact, no, I tried to sign him, and it was that I hadn't signed. I signed too many players in the underage of 21, so he'll come in the next time we get a chance to buy him. So I think in a couple of days we'll try and buy him in June, and then by the time it gets confirmed, he should be into the next set of like young players we're able to sign. So, okay, I'm going to continue through to like, say the end of June. Let's say end of June. We'll come back then and see if we managed to get at that point. Okay, welcome back. So we have brought in quite a few players at the moment, so most of them are already done though. So we brought in Correa first, just the young Argentinian winger, which I think is going to be really good. I'm probably going to start him early, even though he's not quite match ready, they say. And we'll just have to try and go through the bad periods early on and see how he gets on, see how his stats look early on. Gabriel's be a backup centre back, probably the 4th choice centre back and a 3rd choice emergency right back. He'll be a solid player, I think. Maybe a good couple of years. We'll see how he goes. And we've got Kalu as well. Kalu on my toe show. He looks quite good as a backup rotational striker. We'll see how he gets on. But he comes in as well. Only for £9.5 million. Remy Collinson comes in as a backup left back who is quick, good, and homegrown. So that's perfect for us for registration. Joaquin Ruscio, now I said I wasn't going to sign him. Now he didn't get a work permit, so I bought him anyway and I've let him straight out. So hopefully he'll play well there. He's got 9.0. He's in a non-playable league in the Japanese league. So he gets on and see how he comes back next year. Hopefully he gets one. Eddie Nilsson's coming as our backup centre mid originally. Do you know what I think though? I think we play him and Eli together. I think Eddie Nilsson's going to be amazing. The stats that he had last year for a 18-year-old and then a 17-year-old as a starter, we can't see it too much here, but last season we looked at his stats. I think he can be world class, but he's going to need to play, and we need him to play like now. So if we're going to have a like top 4 Europa League, FA Cup, that sort of year, I think we need to play players like that throughout. I don't know if I'd risk him in like a title race, but in that sort of season, I think we can play him. And I had an offer for Eli. It was 86 million from Newcastle. Rejected it. I looked at it and I thought, do you know what though? We can't replace Eli. We've got nobody else like him that we can sign. I want to bring in Leao to add to what we've got, but not to replace Eli. Like if he comes in and fights Eli and fights Stolzenli for a place, that's good, but not to replace. So I think those 3 plus Leao we bring in as a 4. I think that's a good 4. Because no matter who's out the team, they're going to get a lot of game time with the 6 Europa League group stage matches as well, right? You go there as your 2 pivots potentially. We could still bring in that Jin Zhao as well at CDM as an option. I'm considering that, and then keeping Howson as maybe an emergency. I don't know. Not fully decided that one yet. So that's what I'm looking at right now to keep you up to date with that sort of as an idea. For defence, I'm going to bring in Pesic. Now, we managed to get a decent offer accepted for him. He's going to come in as a right back for us. He's right-footed, so eventually you'll learn that. He's 5'9". Now, he wasn't amazing in the air in one of his years, so he's going to come in. He's probably going to be just a backup right back for us. Eventually, or does he start? There's two ways you can go about this, right? I can't see really a centre back that I love. I do like McKay, who the scouts love. Where is he? But they want 100 million for him, so it's a non-starter, so he's not going to come in. So I think bring in McKay. So I think we bring in the right back. We just looked at there. We have him and Nagawa. That means we can move Sankot to centre back along with Ami. Monterde still for the wide areas. Nice. I completely forgot about him. That's good because that gives us 1, 2, 3. That gives us 4 wide players right now, which is still good. And Simic can play wide as well, obviously. We could potentially get rid of one of these wide players, though. It could be Fadida, in fact, because I'm going to bring in... Because Simic can go wide. And I want to bring in our 6'6" striker. And there's also this young lad. Now, he hasn't played much at all for Basel last year. He had a lot of games for international teams where he did pretty well. His stats were still good. I can't remember. He's not had enough games, has he, for the first team. Just such a shame. So it's going to be... players I was looking at, one of them is Roberto Coln here. I think he's going to be a potentially really good striker, but he's a different kind of striker. So I think we try and bring him in at 6'6". That's what I think we try and get in. And it allows us to potentially sell Fadida, or we can sell Monterde, depending on who we think is he going to go past his best now? Is he past his peak? Is Fadida going to keep improving? Those sort of questions I need to think about here. One of those two is going to go. So I'm not sure which one yet. We'll see. One of those two will have to go, though. And the 2 lads that are online are going to go. When they come back, we'll cash in on them both. Yeah, so pretty much the players that you've seen so far, then we're going to sign. Probably Pesic. I mean, I don't like this at all. I want a slightly better guy, better player in the air. Lefeli Paul in the air. That's a real problem for me in this tactic. Is that a good enough group of centre-backs to get you the league title and challenge for trophies? Gabriel's the 4th choice. Do you know what? Let's just go with what we have. I might still bring in the guy that I was looking at a second ago and get rid of Egawa. I'm not sure. I was underwhelmed by him last year. How much can we get for him, actually? Okay, we're just signing Keelan McKay for a lot of money, 34.5 million. Now, the reason I signed him is because we're going to sell Egawa at the right back because he was just no good. Because, I mean, the fullbacks have to be good in the air for this tactic for us to work. So if they're good in the air, that's the first thing. Right? Second thing is that if I was going to bring in the other right back who was just as bad in the air as the current player I've got that we're selling, it was going to cost me 22 million anyway. So I may as well buy my centre back that I want for the big money. Then what happened then is, in terms of the squad, we'll just have Pavez or when we do the rotated side for the Europa League, either Pavez or Gabriel play right back, one of those two. But ultimately, Sankot becomes a starting right back for us, and the backup is probably going to be Pavez. But if it was in a big crucial Premier League game, the Ami would go to right back, and then we probably play McKay or Pavez centre back with Townsend. That's probably what we would do. I think that's probably what we're going to do there at that stage. So yeah, that's what you missed so far, and we'll carry on. And Yeah, in this episode, we are going to do the first 3 games of the season. First 3, because Everton away is the first one. That's Villa at home, who have got a tycoon, don't forget, that's Liverpool. That is going to tell us a lot early on for how the season's going to go. So, see you in a second for, I don't know, next update, end of July. Okay, welcome back. So, we brought in our 6'6" striker. I'm going to start on the bench, but he could easily be the striker. In fact, this is what I forgot to tell him to do, is he needs to stop playing with his back to goal if he can. I don't like that trait, really. I don't know for this tactic. I'm not going to use anybody with that trait for this tactic, so it could be okay, but I'm going to assume it's not, so we'll go with that. There's one little surprise really here, and I'm going to go to the players that Monterde's gone up because we've signed so many wingers. You'll see why he had to go in a second. And then Jesus Vázquez. Now, I did say when I bought him that he's going to be our left back almost through to the end. They had 2 years, really bad average ratings, as you can see, which we know that with the complete wing back, we know that's the case. However, there was an opportunity to bring in Spencer Hadley for 15 million. It's 7.5 up front, 7.5 over installments, and then it's 50% the next sale. And I don't really plan to sell him. He's homegrown, he's English. He's been Liverpool's starting left back last year, and the year before that he was a backup, and he looks really good. Statistically, looks really good across the board. The only thing is, he's a little slower. And in my experience, if this player is perfect everywhere else, and it's just pace that's a problem, if we put him on a quickness regime for the next 2 years, maybe 3, he should be able to get, maybe 1, 2 ratings better for acceleration and pace, if that's what the problem is. So then it becomes a non-issue. And overall, so it's going to be a better transfer long term. And he's homegrown, which has been a problem for it. And he's homegrown, which has been a little bit of a problem for us previously when we were in Europe. This time it's not. We've got a lot of homegrown players by accident, really. It's just the way it's sort of gone. But I just thought, pretty much for a like-for-like, for the same amount of money, we sold Vázquez for 15.25, so time it more. But I thought that's a good sign. And the other thing was, do you remember Balducci? Balducci was the guy at left back that the scouts had as an A- transfer the entire summer, and he's worth £40 million. Arsenal transfer listed him for 400 grand. 400 grand it was. So I thought, well, all right. He looked good. I think we first noticed him a couple of years when he was at Bristol City on loan. He ended up going back there again. And again, he was scoring pretty decent stats, the stats that we were looking at. And I thought, okay, if I can sell Jesus Vázquez, I can sign a player that if he's not better than him right now, 3 months from now, 6 months, 12 months from now, he will be. But it's going to be close anyway. It's only pace that he's going to be behind Vázquez on. And then Balducci we can get, who's a top prospect. He could also be better than all our left backs eventually. So, I thought 2 players for the price of 1 and both being homegrown, which helps us out. And because that means that long term, next year, I can now bin off Howson as a CDM, just sell him and actually bring in a proper CDM in, because the homegrown thing doesn't matter to us anymore with him. We signed him for a lot of money and we'll sell him for about 29 probably, take the hit on him, move on. So it frees us up a little bit. I just think long term is going to be the better option, and the coaches like him, not that means anything. So we'll see how we go. And about the other one, the Monterde, the winger. Now, Monterde was good last year out, but however, I had a look at this, every major game last year towards the end of the season, from this Brentford game onwards, I think it was. No, it wasn't. It was the one after that. Where's our defeat? Okay, so let's work back, actually. Let's work back from City FA Cup semi-final, right? 6.3 for Monterde. Got Man United away in the cup that we won on penalties. Monterde, 6.3. Where's another? Man United away, 0-0 draw. Monterde. Didn't even play. Fadida played instead, got a 7.1. Monterde, 6.4. Man United at home. Monterde actually played all right on that one. Generally, in every big game that we had, Monterde scored 2. He was awful in every major game that we had. So with that, I thought it's a risk to play younger players now, but long term it's getting better. I think Dolzed is going to start centre mid for me, and I'm going to keep Eddie Nilsson here. And he's going to get game time, right, because of the Europa League group stage. So that's fine. I mean, you're going to see, I'm calling this right now, I bet you have a much better season this season, consistent, because every time we play on a Thursday against the Europa League team, we'll play our complete backup team. They'll get all their minutes, all their development, they'll get all their form, all their morale from us winning, and it won't cost us on the match day on the Saturday or the Sunday because it'll be a completely new, fresh team anyway. But so we'll get the morale bounce of winning in the cup, but we won't get any of the fitness fatigue, and then it'll carry us through. So I think although our team can go backwards, we'll actually do better because of that mainly. And then backup players are developing. So when the backup players go in, they're much more match sharp, they're much happier, and they're developing right. So you get all those kickbacks with it, as it were. I'm worried about CDM a little bit. I'm not sure Kellis is the best CDM, but I could put Leao in there. Leao's probably more of a CDM anyway. But we'll see. Guys that have come in, right, what you've missed for wingers. Well, Leao was one of the midfielders you missed. So Rodney Williams comes in. Rodney Williams is a good young player. He looked good. He looked like he was pretty quick. He had some good dribbles per 90, some good chances created per 90 as well. Young and quick as Rodney Williams. Rodney, you dipstick. Nuno Leao, as I just mentioned, comes in at centre mids. He's been quality for years. We looked at him for a couple of years now at Sporting TP. Might have slightly overpaid for him, but he's the worst case scenario going to be a pivot player for us for the next couple of years. At release rotation when you've got the 2 left backs. So you're sort of bang up to date. I think, so another young player is Correa, who's going to start. He's only got 2 starts according to the coaches, but you know what? I don't care what the coaches is going to play. We're going to play Correa. I'm going to trust him, and we'll see how we get on. So we're going to play 3 games in today's episode. Now, I want us to get 7 points from these first 3 games. So I don't care which way they come. I don't care if we draw away to Everton first and win the next 2, or we beat Everton, beat Everton, draw to Liverpool at home. I don't care how it comes. We have to get 7 points. 6 is disappointing, and anything less than 6 is a poor start, in my opinion. So let's see how we get on. Only player out is Townsend. Come on, Barnsley. Okay, assistant manager says, go ahead and press me. Now, the one thing to watch out for is we might have to take out that young right winger and put Simic out on the wide right. And then with that, we would then have to play our 6'6" striker up front. That is something that could happen here, potentially. Here we go. What it should be here should be match stats, shouldn't it? There we go. Want to hear Eli with the corner, whips it in. It's McKay, 6'7" McKay. So we've got 6'7" centre back. We could have a 6'6" striker as well on the pitch at some point. They have a free kick in a terrible area. Can we press them? Can we press them? Oh, lads, we've got to win this game. I know we've got like a weak right winger, but that is all we've got there. Come on, you're a better team this year. Come on, Barnsley. Win it. That's what, you're in the team stand goal because you're 6'3" and good in the air. Don't you dare let me down there. Come on. Dolzadeli. The strength of them in certain positions is a little weak, like CDM, maybe Simic. Simic goes through. Surely he's got to finish that. Simic, come on. For Everton. Garner. Oh, we've got to get to that. Surely, boys. Come on. Godfrey has it. Plays it long into Vimmer. Sankar fouls him. Oh, no, he's got away with it. I don't know how he's got away with that, but he has. Simic is going to chase it down, not going to get to it. They're going to go long, win it. Win that Sankar, don't you dare. I was going to say. Right, Correa, young Correa, whacks it into no man's land, gives the ball away. Oh dear. Win it back, Ami. Correa's got to get played through to Simic. Simic goes through, he's got to finish it this time. Yes! Come on, Barnsley! This is the year, come on! It's got to be the year. It's got to be the year. Come on, 1-0. We need this. Everybody else has got to be good as well this year because that right winger is going to keep doing that, isn't he? So I've just got a direct scan for you as well. I don't know if it's any better or not. It sometimes looks like it's better. Do you know what? The last few episodes I've recorded and uploaded, it's looked much better in YouTube. I don't know what's happened, but it's looking like better again. I can't answer it. I don't know. I've updated OBS, but I think that some of the videos about... some of the... There's a few episodes between what I'm recording right now and what is out. So when I'm saying the one I've just uploaded, it isn't necessarily the one before this. It could be like 2 or 3 before this. But yeah, it's looked loads better again. And I'm sure an update will come or something will ruin it for just so we fix it. It'll be gone. I am getting a new internet pretty soon, actually. And the reason why that might interest some of you is if you do watch any of the stream series, this means to be able to stream in more HD rather than 720p, which would be nice. It means to be able to play other games like F1 Manager, some other stuff. Pina, Simic, that should be a goal. 2.08 XG, no penalty. That's incredibly good. Doesn't mean we're going to win the game, but it's just a good start. Might take Correa off when he's got like a good match rating here. Let's get him off. Let's throw on Rodney Williams. No, let's go Colin. Let's get Simic on the right. Let's do a bit of that. Eli on the left-hand side. Oh, he gives it away. Kellis, well done. Dolzadeli into Headley on the new left back. Hadley still there. Kellis, Eli, Dolzadeli, Eli, Correa. Oh, the youngster could have scored. He could have scored. He's coming off now anyway. 6'6" strikers in there somewhere. Doesn't need to be though, because Sanko scored a header. 2-0 Barnsley. Game over. Move on to the next one. Come on. We've just scored. Okay, it was, I thought it was like a nothing highlight really. It's a set piece. It's coming to the back post and Simic just tapped it in from there you go. 6'6" strike at the back post with Simic. They're both just sort of lurking around there. That's how the routine's supposed to work. There you go, 1 and 2. And that's a foul referee as well. There you go, first game of the season's over. 3-0 win for Barnsley. Nice and comfortable. Well done, lads. Good win. 2 more to go for this episode, and yeah, until we play all 3, we can't calculate anything, because we can easily draw the next one, lose the last one, I'm here disappointed. So let's not say anything just yet, but that is a good start, I will say that. And we made lots of decisions to improve the squad and the club long term, rather than go for just this season, which is even better for this. If we're able to compete, I made a good transfer window in terms of improving the squad, that could be good for us. So okay, so I'll see you in a second then for the second game against Villa. Come on, Barnsley. I do feel like this is a bit of a risk, playing Correa on the right-hand side. Let's go with that in the start of this game, and then see how it goes against Liverpool. Because Correa's going to get minutes against the AI. Correa's going to get minutes. Correa's going to get minutes in the Europa League, right? So, I mean, if he did that, who'd go up front? Would Fadida go up front in the backup team? Oh, no. No, he would. Okay, so yeah, we could do it that way. That would still work. Let's try that. It just says, Carroll, points from the last match would do well. They will, if they do that. They absolutely battered Everton away from him. That was a positive thing. Away from it was that good. We also missed loads of chances and had 2 XG before we even scored without a pen as well. So, positive stuff there. Con plays a rubbish ball in behind. They're going to play out. He's going to win the ball, though. He's going to finish it. Yeah, he does. He's finished a 1-1. Oh, what is happening here? What a start to the season. He's absolutely loving it as well. I love that. Giving it to the fans. Big number 9. They've got a cross. We've crossed it and they've cleared it away. They're going to count on us. Kellis gets there. Well done. Simic gets it. Plays it back to Kellis. Plays it into Sanko. It's quite a big team, this, with Simic on the right-hand side. Then he goes all the way through. Colin scored 2. He's actually scored 2 in the first game. I've had this before, though. Calvin Roberto scored 2 or 3 in his first 2 or 3 games and couldn't score. So let's not get too excited. But this guy, 1, he's right-footed, and 2, he's 6'6". So this is different. I like McKay. Plays into Eli. Eli to Kellis. Colin plays Dolzadeli, play it across Dolzadeli. Simic is right there. And Simic is going to score it from the right wing. This is looking good. Come on. For Hollow for Villa. Well, it might not be, actually. Here we put it back. Simic, Ami, Sanko, Kellis into Eli. Eli travels with it. McKay's on a 7.3. I don't know if I can take McKay out the left. I don't know if I can take McKay out of the first team. But that's such a good start. He's obviously winning every header because he's 6'7". He's obviously going to be a bit slow, but I don't know. Okay, it's the first chance where he's going to get back almost. That's a tough one because the other lad we've got is also not the quickest, but he played pretty well last year. It's going to be an interesting decision, that. I don't know what to do about that. We'll see after this game. Go to Liverpool one. He should be back for that game. He might be back for this one, but I didn't really bother to check because I was quite happy with the team. I wanted to see the exact team play again, apart from that one change we made. It's gone all right so far. As we counter-attack here with Simic. Simic has it, plays it to... Simic has it on the right side still, keeps going on the line. Dolzadeli has it. Dolzadeli plays a cross. That should have been a goal. That should have been a goal. And it's going to continue. And it's going to end. We kick Pina, keeper's ball. That's fine though. If they want to go long, we'll win the first and second one. I back the entire back 4 in the air. All of them. And he wins it. That's what I like. You force him to go long, have a whole back 4 that can head it. That's what you want. Eli goes through, doesn't score. Eli's just not quite that world-class player. He's the one just below. It's a shame, really, because he could be that good. He's just never going to be, I don't think. Because he's got the attributes, really, to do it when we've seen them previous years. It's so frustrating. He's almost there. We need basically one more player that's slightly better than both of these, so that Dolzadeli becomes a backup, or Eli can even be a backup. I can come off, put Ed Nilsson on the left-hand side of the midfield. Kellis can come off, let's put on Uleao at CDM. And Simic come off and let's put on, I think, Rodney William on the right-hand side. Let's do that. Pina gets himself a 490. He's not played well as on the left-hand side there again, which is interesting. Maybe he could come out. He could come up the team. While you're winning, you don't want to do it, but you're trying to figure out a winning formula for a Liverpool game in the next one. That's it. Left back wins it in the air. Pina gives it away, gets lucky though. Yeah, I think I might drop Pina and play somebody else on the left-hand side. I'm not quite sure who yet. We'll keep Simic on the right. We'll keep Colin down the middle. There he goes, Rodney William. It could be him that goes on the left-hand side. Oh, he gets tripped for a penalty. I'm not sure who's going to take it because Simic is off. And Eli's off as well, so this could be anybody. I did do the list. I've done the list 1 to 12. I always do that, so I don't know who's next. Colin for his hat-trick. Is he left-footed? Right. Either I didn't check the either, did I? Oh. Let's hope that doesn't hold us back this year. Hadley, Pina. Hadley, far posts. Yeah. Going to be on the counter here. Yeah, that's worrying me because I've seen Roberto go through like hot streak. Well, not every like this, to be fair. But I mean, he's different. One, he is sort of both-footed, and two, he is massive. So, like, if he's quick, the only left-footed player, attacker that I've ever had complete faith in FM is Haaland. So he's got the build for it. We'll see how good he is at the end of the season. He'll be working on his pace. So, but I'm just not convinced anymore. my confidence is just gone as soon as I saw him take that penalty left. Yeah, Peter's going to get dropped. He had a quiet game in the first game. We still managed to win without him, and now he's played on a 6.4 here, and we win him 4-0. So I think he's definitely going to be on the drop side. Maybe when we sell, actually, because he looks like he's a good young player, but he always has bad match ratings. I'm not entirely sure what it is. I don't know whether he gets beat in the air a lot, and that's what tanks his match rating. And then when he gets in a good area for something, because his match rating's bad, his confidence is low, then he misses his chances. It could be that. Isn't the battering, though, as we win 4-0. I don't know why, I just feel like we've started so well. I just want to keep him and see what happens in this game. We'll definitely do that. Pina can definitely come out. Let's throw Rodney William on the left-hand side, see how he gets one out there. Let's do that for this game. And I'll see you in a few days there for Liverpool game. Come on. We've had an offer for Rocco Simic, a pretty big offer from Newcastle and from United. I don't think I'm going to sell him again after, like, he's come in and done so well. The only player that I really like is Rodolfo. I've looked at him for a few years, but I'm not sure I'd use him as a central fielder or a striker, to be honest. And he's fully scouted, so yeah, I don't know. It's frustrating, really. I was unhappy. Brilliant. Cheers, United. Bunch of bellends. 2034. 4 years after new contract, so much. Get your head down. You're going nowhere. Just not selling him. He's just too important. Because if the striker stops firing, he's going to have to go striker and be the striker, I think. So, yeah, I don't even know how good really Kalu is in the air. Could be a problem for us. Okay, Group stage draw then for the Europa League. We have got Dynamo, Ajax, Slavia Prague. Jobs are good in. We'll take that. Backups to play the entire group stage there. Okay, now this is an interesting one. Now, Kellis, I'm not even sure about. Anyway, like he started off really well. I'll probably get him and play him centre mid and move Leao to the CDM. I think that's a good Moneyball transfer. This I think we've got to sell him. Bring in Rodolfo. We'll do that. Okay, then big risk that is to make that change, but we're going to go with this team here. Leao goes in for a starting debut at CDM. I mean, we could also play Townsend if we needed to. I think he's a pretty good player. So is Pabez, really. I think they could all play CDM. We'll go with that anyway. It just says, pick up where he left off. Right, it's such quite a big game. I know that's a risky transfer for me. I didn't need to do that. Could be a bit of a risk. We're about to find out. Okay, they've crossed it. We're going to clear it. Oh, Simic flicks it onto nobody. Rivera plays it in. Go to Thielman. They're in. Harvey Elliott's in. Keeper saves it. Just stays 0-0. After 0-0. We'll say, do it for the fans. Come on, boys. Hadley off the end. Collinson on. Oh, there's a change. Right before I change, so it's going to be a chance for Liverpool, probably. And he plays it back to the goalkeeper. Got to force him to play it long. Oh, they get out, though. The striker's a bit slow pressing, isn't he? He's playing shot, isn't he, Colin? 6.3, not pressing the goalkeeper. They're through. Left centre-backs all over the place. What has happened there? How has he got through so easily? What's he doing? Leao's having to try cover because what is this idiot doing? Oh, just all over the shop at the back there. That was terrible. Right, Con, you're coming off. Let's put on Kalu for his debut. The goal kick. McKay gets it. Plays into Leao. Plays it into the left winger. Now Kalu gets it. Plays it into Correa. Correa out to Simic. Go on, boys. Simic on the right hand side. Gets it. Plays it across to Kalu. Oh, they've cleared it. Elliott. Thielman. Are we going to win this? Leao. Yes, Leao. Well done. McKay. Ami. Dolzadeli. Simic gets another go at this. Oh, no, he doesn't. Press them quicker. Come on. Got to be quicker on the press, boys. On the centre-backs and CDM. Oh, they're going to get through. Leao does it again, but they're through again. Oh, they're through. Reyna's through. Misses, though. What is happening at the back? I'm taking off McKay. I'm going to throw... Oh, I can't. Oh, my 3 subs. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Highlight for Liverpool. Ravella gets it. They play through us. Again, straight through the middle. We're all over the place. Give me a goal. They're going to score eventually here. We're not going to keep surviving. Trent, Mariba, penalty. No. It's an instant highlight. McKay to Collinson. Collinson goes down, plays it into Eli, doesn't quite get to him, goes up to the keeper, kicks straight over. McKay gets back to it. Collinson again. Plays it into Simic. G3. I think Kalu's offside. He looks way offside. He is absolute shit. That is. Oh, I'm angry. Surprised Simic didn't play very well in that game. Hey, what a surprise. McKay, you need to take off. Do you have like mark title or something? No. Okay. We don't have that selected though, right? No, we don't. Explain to me how Pena's got Young Player of the Month. Appearances 2, goals or assists, average rating 6.75. Okay, it's deadline day. I'm actually going in for Jin Zhao. We managed to get him for 10 million, 5 up front, 5 over 48 months, and 50% the next sale. Now that would be, that's a big offer for a backup winger. He's more reliable than the others though at the moment. I can't take that one for now. But it again gives us Rodolfo as a central midfielder, optional striker really as a central midfielder, as an advanced one, and we get Jin Zhao as a starting CDM. That would be worth selling our Mexican central midfielder for. Part of me is annoyed that we lost that game. I just feel that like with Simic being unhappy, he played badly. The other wingers weren't playing well. Oh, I thought we accepted it for me. No, cancelling that. Yep. Jin Zhao and Rodolfo both in. Yeah, you both come in that order. We'll take Jin Zhao first. I can't believe it did that with like 200 grand to spare. Okay, then I guess Jin Zhao just comes in. That's a decent signing. We'll try and get the other Brazilian then in later in the season. That's gonna do it then. That's gonna do the transfer window. That's gonna do the episode. Thank you to everybody that's watching Thank you to everybody that's been watching for all this to this point. The one thing I'll say, little things to watch out for, is there's a small chance that this series has to go to a stream series. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to be like a complete stream. What I'll do is it means that I'll stream what I would normally record and play through. However, I will edit it properly so it looks like a normal episode, almost as it were. It will look exactly the same. But like when you do like a 4 or 5 hour stream and like there's like, I don't know, chats about random stuff and there's like dead periods where you're playing like games that don't really matter, or you know, if I'm out getting a coffee or something, all that'll be cut out and it'll be just the moments that matter. So you won't lose anything in terms of all of that. It'll still be like shorter videos with the bits that matter, that sort of thing, right? But it's just a guarantee that we do definitely get it done for FM22. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm sure if it was down to that or nothing, I'm sure most people would prefer that. But yeah, I'm going to try and keep it in this format as long as I can. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But like I just said, if it does go to a stream, yeah, please don't think it'll be like, if you've seen other streams, it'll be different. I'll cut out all the dead periods. It'll look like a normal episode. It'll completely flow all the way through. And it might just be like that they're like 30 to 40 minute videos every time. And I'll upload like 2 or 3 a day so you can watch at your own convenience. But that's going to do the episode. Thank you for watching. See you next time.